Right in your skull, mate. Hang on, that fucking hurt. Oh, my shoulder. Today, we are gonna be checking out a video about Khamzat Chimaev. Now, I did get him as a recommendation on my last MMA video that I did. I think it was the last one. If I find a comment, I'll put it right there. Okay. The video that I'm going to be watching about him is called Khamzat Chimaev is a dangerous freak of nature. Now, if you do enjoy my videos or my reactions in general, then be sure to like the video. In the description down below, there is a gaming channel which I made. I posted a few videos on there and dabbled with a bit of the gaming genre. So yeah, if you want to check that type of shit out, then be sure to check that channel out. Let's just get into this video. I wanna see what Khamzat is about. Whoa!
With an almost mythic level of hype following him, Khamzat Chimaev has quickly become one of the most exciting fighters in the MMA world, with his perfect professional record of 12 wins and no losses.
Khamzat Chimaev.
He looks like a knife.
So he's an up-and-comer.
Oh, he's a full psychopath.
One of the fastest rising stars on the UFC
So he's a
roster,
crazy dude.
he
Yeah.
has emerged as a real fan favorite due to his aggressive approach to fighting.
Ooh! What a
But he
right!
came from relative obscurity when he debuted in 2020. Born on May 1st, 1994,
Oh,
in a
he's from
small village in the
Chechnya.
Russian Republic of Chechnya, a region plagued by conflict and war. Khamzat grew up in a family that didn't have much, and when he was a child, his father was not very present, as he spent years at a time working outside of Chechnya. Surely his harsh childhood has contributed to his indomitable spirit and determination.
The Chetnians,
Tough fucking people, man.
mentality too.
Yeah.
It was a
And
war,
Mike Tyson talking about him.
war
Then
against Chechen.
you know he's
some many bullshit
popular
things.
at that point.
Yeah, I was already military, you know, like come to your house and check your house and everything. I was kid, was nervous, and you look at everyone is scared and stressed, you know.
Also, when he was just 2 years old, he fell down a
Horrific,
set
man.
of concrete steps and smashed his face up real bad.
Oh
Lost
wow!
his teeth, broke his nose, and could only breathe through one nostril from then on. This is also
What?
how he got a scar on his lip. However,
Oh,
like pretty
shit.
much every Chechen boy, he was also into wrestling since he was a child.
I mean that's
Traditional
just
sport
character
in my
right there.
village is wrestling.
Let's
If you
go.
don't do wrestling when you're a kid, you can, they say, like, we joke with the guys who don't come to the training. You girl, like, you know, like you have to train wrestling, you have to be tough and these things, you know.
He started the sport when he was around 5. He was so small that he had to
5?
compete against bigger
Wow.
kids or not
That's
at all.
early, man.
As he grew older, he developed a fierce refusal to accept defeat. It shouldn't be surprising then that he won a bronze medal at the Russian National Wrestling Championships in the junior level. In 2012, his older brother Arthur
So he's a
moved to
wrestler
Sweden.
then. So he does submissions
Khamzat
and shit,
also
right?
moved there a year later, along with his mother and
Sweden.
one sister.
Hey.
My brother was living here. He told us, like, come here, it's good for us.
Yeah.
The four of them settled in a tiny apartment in the southern part of the country.
At the beginning was for me, I was young, 19, and just doesn't want to left my friends, you know, like, but when we come here, it was a small village here as well. It was hard for me. Why I come here and why we stay here and that stuff, you know. Then become normal. Like, if you stay someplace long time, like, it's like, becomes like your home, you know.
Yeah, you get familiar.
After moving to Sweden, he wrestled at multiple clubs and quickly earned a reputation as one of the best freestyle wrestlers in the country.
Oh,
However,
shit.
he struggled to make a living out of it. Keep also in mind that he wasn't eligible to represent Sweden in the Olympics.
What?
Yeah,
What was
but
that?
Because I didn't have like some papers, couldn't compete, and then big world champion, something like that.
So he got a job loading boxes onto trucks with his brother Arthur.
And, every morning before the work, I go out and running, you know, like see the big house, nice apartments, and was feeling bad for my mother. She don't speak Swedish, and she doesn't have so many friends there, and I was thinking how to be so bored for
Yeah, that must have been hard,
Then
innit?
something happened
Don't
one
know the
night.
language or anything.
It was December 2015.
Conor McGregor.
December 13th, to be more precise. the night when Conor McGregor entered the octagon and knocked out long-reigning champion Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds to capture the belt.
13 seconds. Oh my.
Yeah, I was watching for Brick. I was watching his fight. I was working on a fight Aldo. Was working the night, take the rest, and 15 minutes to watch his fight. I was look at that. It's like, if the guys make so many money, like millions and this stuff, why I can't do it?
From that moment on, Khamzat
that
was
inspired
determined
him.
to getting signed by the UFC.
If he
That's
makes
pretty
the
cool.
money, why not me?
Time to hit the grind, man.
When Khamzat was just 23, he started his mixed martial arts journey at the All-Star Training Center in Stockholm, the same gym where Alexander Gustafsson comes from.
I always like this, brother. Sparring, always cool.
Like many young people, however, he couldn't afford a place to live in the city. Lucky for him, the gym owner saw something special in him and took a chance, offering him a place to stay. A tiny storage room under the bleachers of the
Oh
gym.
shit, that is tiny,
Everything
man.
is here.
Where's the naked lady poster? No naked lady
You need
posters.
one of
No,
those,
brother,
man.
it's army, brother.
This allowed Khamzat to keep pushing and pursuing his goals, even when times were tough.
People say they live in the gym, but I'm real live in the gym, brother.
He's
it's my
in the
house.
gym now, man.
He lived in that room for 2 years, training 4 times per day. His
2
talent
years.
and work ethic quickly produced results.
That's
Between
bonkers,
2017 and 2018, he had 3 amateur MMA fights and won all 3 of them. On
That's
top
a
of
good
that,
start.
he earned the gold medal at the 2016, 2017, and 2018
Ooh.
Swedish Freestyle Wrestling National Championships. And 2018 is
Damn.
also when he finally made his professional debut as a mixed martial artist at the International Ring Fight Arena 14 on May 26 against Gardolf Sagan. He came out on top with a TKO in the second round, announcing his arrival on the
Shit.
scene. And he kept the momentum going, with another victory just a few months later at Fight Club Rush 3, submitting Ole Magner with a rear naked choke in the first round.
What? You see that? He put his mind. He was just holding him. He's like, wait a minute, wait. Put that in. Like, now I can choke you. This dude's crazy, man. Like, to do that type of shit, bro. He's confident in his ability, man.
These early wins set the tone for the rest of his career, one of dominance, power, and a never-say-die attitude. Chimaev was on fire, dominating the competition in Sweden before signing with the Middle Eastern Brave Combat Federation.
What a fucking uppercut! Holy shit! Hang on, I'm gonna have to see that again. That was so clean.
Before signing with the Middle Eastern
Oh.
Brave Combat Federation,
He just
and he
ducked
didn't miss a beat
under and
there,
just
winning
same
all 4
time.
of his fights.
Whew.
His impressive streak caught the attention of the Swedish Martial Arts Association, who named him Breakthrough Athlete of the Year in 2019. Shortly
shit.
after, the UFC came
Starting to
knocking,
make a name for
offering him
himself.
a short-notice fight against John Phillips on Fight Island. Obviously, he'd accepted. It was time to show the world what he was truly made of.
So what happened then? Oh, dominating the UFC. Well, that's what happened then. He dominated.
Right from the get-go, Chimaev didn't miss a beat, swiftly securing a double leg takedown.
That
He
was
immediately
quick.
went to work, raining down brutal ground and pound that opened up a cut on Phillips. He was relentless with his punches, never letting up, as he controlled his
Oh
opponent. from
my,
back.
the
Phillips
pressure,
could only
man.
focus on survival, unable to escape his grip.
Oh, this is domination right now.
But a 10-8 first round in all likelihood for Chimaev in round 2 next.
Khamzat came out even stronger in round 2, taking down his
Even
opponent
stronger.
with ease and continuing his relentless attack.
Right off the second round, he comes out. He wastes no time. Right now, he's felt Phillips out. He knows where he can win this fight, Mike.
To finally find a devastating Dorsey choke that forced Phillips
Oh.
to tap.
Damn.
It was amazing being in the UFC. I was happy to be here.
Just 10 days later, he faced veteran Reese McKee and destroyed him in the first round.
The control that this man has.
And destroyed him. Oh
Again,
my
he didn't even have to
god.
show his stand-up. This is good enough for me.
After the fight, a new wave of fans was already calling him the new Khabib, due to his dominant wrestling skills and physical prowess. And while his foundation is his exceptional wrestling, he can also showcase deadly striking that can be just as dangerous, as we'll see in a moment.
Jeez. Oh
the
my, the
and
body's
takedown ability from Chimaev is something to behold. And his body lock grip is insanely strong.
Oh, he's carrying him!
But what makes the big difference is his ability to seamlessly transition between the back, side control, and half guard without giving up control, but also opening up a variety of targets and submissions.
Yeah, he's technical, man. Oh!
Striking-wise, his approach is effective and simple. He has a solid tight boxing style with heavy hands, making each shot
my god, that's... Whew!
Yeah,
he's got knockout power, man.
And more importantly, he likes to jab. This is particularly important because of his size. His head movement could use some work, but overall, he is a solid striker. If there is any awkward area in his game, it may be in the kicks. He can blast beautiful thudding leg kicks from afar, but the few times we have seen him try to chain in kicks between his boxing combinations, he seemed a bit off. He isn't going to beat elite strikers in the stand-up, but because of his wrestling pedigree, he probably doesn't need to.
Yeah.
If you choke me out, I'll find a black belt, give it to you. How about that? If I choke you out, I'll finish with this sport.
In September 2020, he defeated Gerald Meerschaert in just 17 seconds at a UFC fight night in Las Vegas.
17 seconds!
He knocked out a guy who's 185 pounds, a real guy, with one punch. He's a 170-pounder. So, one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across. And he kept telling me leading up to this fight, you think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands.
I mean, that's the hand right there.
This made it 3 wins in 66 days for Chimaev in the UFC.
What do you make of Khamzat? Because obviously he is
2 months
on the tip of everyone's tongues these days.
That's not bad.
He's a good fighter. You know, I don't think he's what the UFC was building him to be, like this untouchable monster. You know, I think he's a solid fighter. He's good. You know, but there's always ways to beat these guys. You know, and this is why I'm on my.
In December of that year, Khamzat and Edwards were supposed to fight each other. However, the match was put on hold when Edwards tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh, COVID, yep.
Chimaev then tested positive for himself in January 2020.
Wow, everyone's getting COVID,
which delayed the fight even more. It was rescheduled a third time for March 13, but it needed to be rescheduled once more, as Khamzat was still struggling with the virus.
I was sick with this, you know, and I don't know what's going on with this, how I can explain to you. This was hard for me.
Even though he was sick, he tried to stick to his training routine, but this only ended up making things worse. Eventually, he had to abruptly interrupt a training session due to severe chest pains. He would then get in and out of hospitals for quite some time, fighting occasional chest pains, frequent high fevers, headaches, and general muscle pain.
Oh, that's not good.
Had you been sick?
Damn.
To feel me better, then I feel like 1 week better, like 1 week bad, you know. I was training, still training when I was feeling bad also. Sometimes we call ambulance, like they come also to the gym and help me.
At one point, he was coughing up blood and fearing for his life. He even thought about retiring.
When I come back to my country,
that's crazy.
Also, they helped me.
Coughing up blood.
I did my house surgery. I did operation here. So they took out some stuff, like I don't know how to explain in English.
Yeah, COVID's
being the fighter that he is, he eventually added his own body to his list of defeated opponents and made a full recovery. He finally returned to the octagon in October 2021, taking on Li Jingliang.
He seemed very excited. He said, it's the leech versus the wolf. Let's see who eats who. What is your response to that?
I'm gonna eat him.
Like, he looks like a crazy guy, like.
Khamzat didn't waste a second, and after a quick grappling exchange, took the fight to the mat.
Oh my.
While dominating his opponent, He even found time for a quick chat
carrying
with
him.
Dana White.
What?
While he spoke to Dana White.
I'm gonna fight everybody. I'll fight Brock Lesnar. I don't care who it is. You know,
He was talking to him in the middle of the
Despite
fight.
these efforts to counter and escape, Chimaev proved to be a cut above, calmly and efficiently submitting him with a rear naked choke.
Oh, wow.
Lee's tactics to tire his opponent and reposition himself were no match for Khamzat's dominant grappling ability.
Jesus Christ.
Just as Lee seemed ready to tap out,
Yeah,
he
he's-
lost consciousness,
Oh.
unable to submit.
He's out.
I was saying a long time I'm gonna come for everybody. I kill everybody. You believe me now? I told you I'm gonna kill him. That I did. He sleep, bro. I come in for everybody. Kill everybody.
He's got more wins in the UFC than he's been hit in the UFC.
Khamzat's grappling prowess isn't
that's
simply a
crazy.
result of raw strength and power, but also proof of his technical acumen and tactical brain. He's able to seamlessly blend his physical gifts with his cerebral approach to grappling, making him a truly devastating force in the octagon. From his positional awareness to his trap setting, he showcases an innate understanding of grappling that sets him apart from most
I
fighters.
mean, yeah, man,
in
he's
the
always
welterweight
on top.
division.
上一场的比赛，你在中国已经得了很多。
Hello, Mr. Khamzat. Last time after our fight, you have many fans in China. Congratulations. And this fight, your opponent Gilbert is a very well-rounded opponent.
I'm gonna kill that guy. That guy is not fucking from Brazil. I'm more than Brazilian than him. I'm from Cantagalo. He's not Brazilian. He speaks English, he can't speak Portuguese.
I'm gonna kill this guy tomorrow. I'm gonna smash him. Come on, bro.
In April 2022, he stepped into the octagon for his 5th fight under the UFC banner and kept the hype train going at full speed with a hard-fought win over Gilbert Burns. Both fighters chose to keep the 15-minute affair on the feet, trading power shots back and forth.
Oh. Damn!
In the first round, Khamzat showed a clear advantage in strength.
Ooh!
But Burns refused to go away and bounced back in the second round, landing
Oh,
bombs
shit.
to even up the fight.
Look how
However,
bloody they
it wasn't
are!
enough to make up the difference.
Oh my days. I mean, that was standing up, innit? So.
I was watching your family. I see the kids before. Like, it was hard to fight because I love you, brother. Thank you.
Respect. Love to see it.
After this win, most of us were hoping to see him in the octagon against Kamaru Usman, who at the time was the welterweight champion. It was instead announced that Khamzat would fight Nate Diaz in September 2022 for Nate's final fight in the UFC.
Shit.
However, things didn't pan out quite as planned.
I'm hoping the f out of this. I love it.
We were out there. We were waiting for these guys to come out there. We waited until half an hour past this thing was supposed to start. We could hear that there were some things going on. Our camera crew was actually back here, and they informed us what happened is that there was a little scuffle between Khamzat and Kevin Holland.
Oh, shit!
Before the press conference of UFC 279,
Was it a brawl or
Khamzat
what?
put the whole
What
show
happened?
in jeopardy when he allegedly threw several kicks at fellow fighter Kevin Holland backstage.
Oh,
there's Khamzat Chimaev
shit.
and his team. There's Kevin Holland and his team. They've been exchanging some words as of late. There was definitely, some physicality, if you will.
Security tried its best to defuse the altercation. However, things took a turn for the worse when Nate Diaz arrived, and a separate altercation broke out between Khamzat's team and Nate's team that escalated into a brawl.
Man, he stopped and slapped him back to Sweden.
Between Diaz's team and Khamzat's team, they had 100 people here.
Yeah.
It's like the Royal Rumble.
That's exactly.
Holy, that's a mob, bro.
You're already
That's
off to a really bad start. If anything goes wrong, you've got 100 people that you can't control.
That's crazy.
After a 30-minute delay, the press conference only lasted about 5 minutes before Dana White wrapped it up for safety concerns.
for everybody's safety, this is the right decision.
I mean, yeah, man, 100 people that are scruffling, you can't fucking continue.
To make things worse, the very next day, during the official weigh-ins, Khamzat stepped on the scales, missing weight by almost 8 pounds.
8 pounds!
This set off a chain reaction of bout changes, with Ferguson being bumped up to the main event to fight Diaz, and Chimaev instead paired with Kevin Holland.
The obvious question, first of all, is about the weight. How did you miss weight by that much?
They stopped that shit. I don't know. I want to more continue that shit. Hey, this is Chechen, motherfucker. Shut up, guys. I fuck you, boy, up. I fucking backstage as well.
Kevin, is this a better fight for you?
Fuck no, but it's gonna be a fun one.
Good for you, sir.
Oh shit.
Come fight night, Khamzat put all the drama behind him and proved once more why he is considered one of the very best welterweights on the UFC roster.
Khamzat was in a dominant position the entire time. Like, even when he was rolling, he was doing good rolls, but Khamzat just such good control and so fucking strong.
You see that? He like went, he did a reverse.
He immediately shot for a takedown at the start of the first round. And despite Holland's desperate attempts to resist hitting the floor, he was ultimately pinned down to the mat.
Yeah, he's talking to him. Holland's talking to him.
At that point, Chimaev began working for submissions.
He chose to push harder, he chose to stay with it. He chose to be in love with the feeling of being exhaustion.
And Holland was ultimately caught in a Darce choke before tapping out.
The first round as well, man.
You came into this fight far overweight.
I don't care about that, bro. I killed that guy. Gotta go for everybody. I got one right here. Let's go now. Give it to both guys who last here. I fight the both of them.
It should be noted that the lack of professionalism showcased by Khamzat in the events leading to the fight turned many fans against him.
You can act like he was the skunk at the garden party.
Wait.
You'd be right to do that.
Nah, I feel like doing this type of shit, yeah, it's unprofessional, but doesn't it like build hype? You know, when there's drama behind the scenes. Obviously, if it fucks up a press conference and whatnot, then yeah, obviously it's unprofessional. It's just stupid. You know, you shouldn't do that shit when there's people that are paid to go to that conference thing. But I still feel like, you know, this does happen, right? Like quite often, where there's drama behind the scenes, they trash talk and whatnot, and they try and maybe feed the media to hype the fight up. But obviously he wasn't fighting that Holland guy. He was fighting Diaz. So yeah, maybe it was unprofessional, because it wasn't. He was scruffling with not even the dude he was fighting. I guess that's probably why that wasn't that clever to do. But yeah, man, I don't know. Who knows what happened behind the scenes.
Regardless of those controversies, the fact is that he remains an extremely talented prospect, who may very well end up champion one day. Whatever happens though, we should all be very excited to watch what he will do next. This is the story of a child who was born in brutal circumstances. He fought against his own destiny and won. This is the story of Khamzat Chimaev, an absolute freak of nature.
Freak of nature. I mean, damn, like, yeah, he's crazy, man. The grappling and the fucking, like, that shit he did to Holland in that fight. He did like a reverse, like, I don't know what the fuck you call that. He rolled over, but in like reverse. I don't think gravity lets you do that, but he just did that shit. But I mean, yeah, you can complain about it being unprofessional and shit like that in the end there. I guess if you go into the UFC, you do agree to all the media and shit, and to be a part of that stuff, and you need to be probably a bit professional and shit so that everything goes smooth. But still, in the end, you know, they're fighters. You know, they're gonna have some scruffles. Stuff is gonna fuck up here and there. I don't know what happened with the the weight, so that he couldn't fight Diaz. Did he miss weight with like cutting, or did he couldn't be bothered or something? I'm not so sure what happened there. But the thing is that once something like this happens to someone and whatnot, you can always change your opinion about him. Like these lot you saw there, they were hating and booing and shit. But that's not really gonna change what he's achieved and how good he is and how talented he is. Like, he's still probably gonna become like champion or some shit in the future because of what he was doing. He was dominating fucking everyone from the beginning. That uppercut, man, that was a crazy finish. One of the like craziest finishes I've seen. And then he's got his grappling and shit. I mean, bro, like, you know, it doesn't take away the fact that he's a crazy fighter. Like, unless a fighter does something with intention, or like, you know, does something in a way where it's just they're just being an idiot, or they're just being ridiculous, or they're just, you know, whatever, then I think, yeah, you're allowed to have your opinion. But it's like missing a bit of weight and like brawling with someone's team. Like, who knows who started that shit, you know? You don't know that if it was Khamzat's team that started it, or whatnot. Could have been Holland's that were fucking talking shit. So, you know, you don't know the full I need to have the full context to know if, you know, what's happening is not beneficial for Khamzat and you know, makes him look like the bad guy. You know, you always have to have the context. You can't just start hating, like, but man, in general, just from those clips, like, he's a dangerous fucking fighter. He's dangerous with the way he's grappling. Like, is he still on a win streak? Has he lost yet? If not, if he still has like a win streak and he hasn't lost yet, like, he can 100% become as successful as Khabib, because he's got that same style, and you know, you can see a lot of factors that are kind of like Khabib in him, with the way he grapples and wrestles and whatnot. You know, he's just dominating the fuck out of them. But yeah, this was an interesting video to say the least. I mean, exciting fighter. I can't wait to see a few more videos or check him out a bit more, you know, because this video was a bit old, so maybe I can check out some. Hope you did enjoy this reaction. If you did, please be sure to like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new here and you want to check out more videos from me in the future. But that will be it for me today, and yeah, as always, stay safe, and I will hopefully see you in my next up and coming video coming out soon.